Hey everybody, Drew here from Pella Cars. Super excited to bring you guys another Prius. We might actually get 50 this year. We bring a ton of these in because we absolutely love them. We brought this one all the way from Maryland, which means underneath is like a new car, especially compared to the Rochester car. It has very minor flaws, which we're going to go over, so make sure to watch the whole video. There are a few stone chips in the hood here, but as you can see, even with the rain, you can see my reflection. It's got great paint for its age and miles, which by the way are 204,038. It's been extremely well taken care of. It's got a glove box full of maintenance records, which we'll get to. There's a scuff here, and I can feel that with my nail, so that's obviously not going to buff out. A little bit here too. Front tires are newish. Brakes are fantastic. Nothing really to report on this side as far as damage or wear and tear. There might be a little bit, again, you know, it's raining, but the car shows pretty darn perfect, especially, again, given its age and miles. The back tires, which are Michelin's, that says a lot about the quality of this vehicle. You know, that somebody would spend the money to put Michelin tires on it. These do need to be replaced, and they absolutely will be before you pick it up. But, you know, as for now, they're, they a little bit low on tread. So those will be replaced for pickup. The back of the vehicle, not much to speak of at all. I'm sure if we were to dry it off, there'd be, you know, some little chips. There's one right there. There's one right there. Little scratch right there. Back bumper, of course, is going to have something with 204,000 miles on it. But again, extremely, extremely clean. Again, the back tire needs to be replaced. Nothing much to speak of. Little scratch there. I don't know if that's a scuff or what, but let's assume that it is in case it doesn't come off. A little tiny ding right here. I'm not sure if you can see. There's a little bit of scuff on it. That might have just happened because that scuff came off, but as you can see, there's a little bit of a ding right there. And other than that, it is just about perfect. We'll show you underneath. Again, being fresh from Maryland, it's never been exposed to the salt that we have here. So as you can see, that thing that hangs down, you know, at 204,000 miles, that thing right there, those are usually just about rotted off, Rochester cars. And the bar inside the rear axle, you know, still has paint on it. Extremely, extremely clean vehicle. The exhaust, the bolts on it, everything's fantastic. So we'll do the interior here. Start in the back, since that's where we are. Pretty darn close to perfect. In the back hatch area here, there's a little stain that I couldn't get out right here. It actually shows up worse on camera than it does in person, which is good because, you know, the opposite might leave you, you know, uninformed. So, yep, there's a little bit of a stain right there, a little stain right there, a little stain right there. Other than that, perfect. A little discoloration on the top of that headrest, which I missed and hopefully can get out. But again, let's assume I can't just in case. Should be able to though. It's got the cargo cover, which is awesome. We will do the back, since again, that's where we are. That is not a mark, that's just a little wet spot. You know, it's been raining and I've been opening and closing the doors and stuff. Pretty darn close to perfect in the back seat area. There's a tiny bit of discoloration right there, which again, I don't know if for sure if I could get it out, so let's assume that it's going to come that way. There is something in the carpet here. I don't know if it's sand or what it is, but I wasn't able to get that out with a quick vacuum. It's got WeatherTech floor mats front and back, which is awesome because being this is Rochester, it will get driven in the snow. Up front, this isn't discoloration as much as it's still wet. These typically get dirty, and I've cleaned them a million times in other Prius, so clean that. When that dries, it should match. Little tiny bit of discoloration you can see in the dots as the fabric wears. You know, on these second-gen Prius, the dots kind of get color where, you know, on a less worn seat, they don't, if that makes sense. Center rest here. This should, again, just like the armrest, that should dry clean. It always does in all the other cars. It's just tough. Very damp, nasty day today. So, as you see here, everything inside looks perfect. There's no smell. It smells the way any other Prius that hasn't been smoked in or eaten in. I assume it hasn't been eaten in. It's extremely clean. It was clean when I got it. You know, it's definitely not a smoker car, definitely not a pet car. It definitely was not habitually eaten in. I'm sure at some point in 204,000 miles somebody ate something in here, but definitely not routinely. So we're going to start it up. It's got, again, 204,038 miles on it. Everything in here works perfectly. No warning lights, nothing like that. This screen is dark. This is a common thing. I have a stockpile of these. I just haven't had a chance to put it in yet, so do know you will get it, of course, with a working screen. As, again, I've saved these every time I see one in an auto recycling facility. I grab it and save it because it's a pretty common problem. So stereo works fantastic, which, of course, is kind of useless to try to show you without the screen. Again, that will be fixed probably before you test drive. If not, definitely before you pick it up. It's just a matter of finding the time to do it. So I'm going to take you guys for a quick little road test here. Again, it drives perfectly. The brakes feel great. Suspension feels great. You know, nothing consistent with its miles, which is, you know, amazing. It was extremely well taken care of. Oh, before we pull out on the road here, I did promise I would show you. It came to us with this big stack of maintenance records, which of course you're welcome to look at when you are here test driving it, or at the office, I should say. We're recording this on my personal residence street because I didn't want to get the car dirty before showing you guys in photos and in video. So we will get it up to some decent speed here. I just turned on the front defroster. That's what that yellow light is. Ride's excellent. Acceleration is smooth like a Prius should be. As you see, my hand is off the wheel, which is kind of tough because we're on a curvy road, but I wanted to just get you guys up to, you know, at least like 55 miles per hour, which we will after this curve, maybe a bit more. Handles phenomenally. You know, I've had these cars with as little as 50,000 miles on them, and I did drive them, several of them brand new back in the day, and you know, there's nothing about this one at 204,000 miles. Here, I'll take my hand off the wheel here. There we go. Hand off the wheel, driving straight. Road's crooked, so it's kind of tough. Hit the brakes, stop straight as well. There's nothing about this one at 204,000 miles in any way, shape, or form that is, you know, more disappointing than the one that we have at 76,000 miles right now. I mean, both cars seem like a car that has no miles, which is, you know, again, a testimony to the quality of these 2004 through 2009 Prius. Probably, arguably, the best car ever made in terms of build quality. If anything, it's second to the 2001 to 2006 Lexus LS430, which obviously would be much less practical to own than this car. It should still get about 50 miles to the gallon. The hybrid battery's in fantastic shape. Everything is good. So I'm Drew. If you want to drive this car, by all means reach out. You can do so through the website, www.pelletcars.com, or just call me directly. Again, it's Drew. I'm at 585-771-0111. We can schedule a time for you to come in and drive it. And of course, if you want to be notified when we post more vehicles, we're Prius fanatics. My wife and I both love them. We run the company, and we bring usually at least, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these things at a time from all over the country, just areas specifically that don't use the salt Rochester uses, like Maryland, where I've been trying to pick one up every Monday morning. So again, I'm Drew. Thanks for watching. If you subscribe to the channel, you will be notified when we post more cars for sale. Thanks. Have a great day.